Hello and welcome to the Streamline and Shine podcast. My name is Steff Bolton and I am 1/3 of Bolton Virtual Solutions, a team made up of me, Mum, and my two daughters, Sam and Amy. Our family virtual assistant agency's absolute passion is helping time-poor female entrepreneurs with those ridiculously long to-do lists, because we all know how they get longer instead of shorter, so that they're able to focus on doing what they love. You're going to want to stick around if you find yourself constantly just doing this thing quickly instead of spending time with your family, or if you look at your list of tasks and feel like crying, or even if you're just simply wondering how to manage your time better and delegate to your team. We're going to be covering topics from social media to marketing, systems and processes to outsourcing and so much more, so that you can see what's possible for you and your business. So let's get stuck in. Hello and welcome back to the Streamline and Shine podcast with me, Steff Bolton from Bolton Virtual Solutions. All right, let's talk about your time, or more specifically, why you never seem to have any of it. I think we all feel like that sometimes, don't we? So you're working all the hours, your to-do list is longer than your arm, maybe longer than both arms, and yet at the end of the week you think, what the hell have I even achieved? And if that's familiar, this one's for you. So let's be honest with ourselves. It's not that you need more hours, it's that you need to stop wasting the ones you've already got. And that is where an energy audit comes in. So an energy audit is basically a time and focus reality check. So it's a way to see exactly where your hours are going, not just where you think they're going, because they can be two very different things. So most business owners massively overestimate how much time they spend on the big important CEO stuff, and they underestimate how much they're getting sucked into things like admin, dealing with problems, or busy work. Busy work is something that I'm hearing all the time at the moment. So I think people are starting to realise more and more that we can say we're really, 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 really busy, and actually we don't end up fucking achieving anything. So the goal of the energy audit isn't to give you a guilt trip or anything like that. It's to make sure that your energy and your precious time is being invested in the right places. So here's the stuff that usually swallows time without you noticing. So your inbox, emails, we can get so caught up in those, can't we? It could be WhatsApp, it could be your project management software, it could be client messages. It could be tiny client tweaks that should have been handled by your team. It could be redoing tasks because systems are half finished. It could be saying yes to too many meetings. And individually, they don't sound like much, but together they can eat half your week. Half your bloody week. Like, who has got time for that? Right, quick pause before we keep going. If this is all hitting a nerve and you're realising your business is running you instead of the other way round, then let me tell you about our Back to Business Boost package. It's designed to clear the clutter, streamline your systems, and take those endless red and amber tasks off your plate. I'm going to talk about those in a second. So instead of coming in and having to firefight every day, you get your time back to actually lead and grow. You don't need a full team overhaul. All you need is the right support in the right places. And that's exactly what the Back to Business Boost delivers. So if you're ready to finally stop spinning all the plates, juggling all the business balls, however you want to describe it, check out the link in the show notes for all the details. Okay, so as a CEO, your energy belongs in the high value stuff, okay? So this could be your vision, where's the business heading? It could be relationships, whether that's with your clients, your community, your network, whatever it might be. Relationships is another one. Growth. So sales, marketing, visibility activities. You should be involved in them at a high level. I'm not talking about spending hours in Canva when I say that. Leadership, so supporting your team so they can actually get on with it. And if you're not spending most of your time in at least one of these 4 areas, you are not being the CEO. You're basically the admin manager. So what I want you to do is grab a notebook or open a Google Doc or open the Notes app on your phone or whatever it might be, however it works for you. And then I want you to go and track yourself for a week. I want you to literally write down what you're doing every hour. And at the end of the week, you need 3 highlighters. So you need green, orange and red. Okay. Green ones should be CEO level activities. So those things that I just mentioned, those 4 areas, you should have some green ones in there. The orange ones are amber, so they could be delegated, maybe with a bit of guidance, maybe with sign off, maybe with like a check-in halfway, depending on what the task is. And red is something that should have never touched your desk. And let me tell you now, before you even complete this, you're going to be shocked how little green there is compared to the amber and red. Now, the aim of this, like I said, isn't to make you feel shit. And it's not to say you're not perfect, you're not doing it right. It's about making you aware. So once you know, you can then start shifting the balance into the right areas. So here's your challenge. I want you to run that energy audit on yourself. Please be brutally honest. Then I want you to pick 1 amber or red task, get it off your plate next week, just 1. And then the week after that, you could get rid of 2 or 3. Just start offloading them to the right people, not just offloading them so you can say you've done it, because if they're not done right, then it doesn't count, does it? So just start delegating or outsourcing them slowly. Make sure you're not spending your time and energy on doing these things that are low level and not money-making activities. So once you've done that, that is going to be how you reclaim your energy. Not by working harder, but by making sure your hours are spent in the right places. And that is the difference between staying stuck in the grind and actually stepping into your CEO shoes, because they're gorgeous. So once you've done your energy audit, I would love for you to tell us how you've got on, how you found it, what it made you discover about your time and your energy. If you've done really well with it and you've got more green than anything else, absolutely fucking fantastic, because that means you're on the right path. But I would love to hear how you got on with it, how you found it, and what it's made you tweak or change. So you can do that by contacting us by any of the links in the show notes. You can even text the show, because I'm posh. But until next time, keep streamlining and shining. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Streamline and Shine. If you have questions on what we covered inside, please feel free to reach out to us on Instagram at Bolton_virtual_solutions, or you can email us at teambolton@boltonvirtualsolutions.co.uk. We absolutely love hearing from our amazing community and are always here to support you. If you'd like to be interviewed on a future episode, please drop us an email letting us know which topic you'd like to speak about, and we'll get back to you. See you on the next episode, lovelies.